Las Vegas in the early 20th century was a far cry from the neon-drenched playground it is today. Back then, it was a modest settlement, a mere blip on the map, surrounded by the vast, unforgiving Nevada desert. The town's existence was largely due to the San Pedro, Los Angeles and Salt Lake Railroad, which established a stop there in 1905. This railroad connection was crucial, as it provided a lifeline to the outside world, bringing in supplies and people, albeit in small numbers. A dusty railroad town in the middle of the Nevada desert, it was a place people passed through, not a destination in itself. The harsh environment and limited resources made life challenging, and the town's population remained small. However, the railroad brought a trickle of commerce and a sense of connection to the broader American landscape. But the seeds of change were sown in 1931 when Nevada, desperate for revenue during the Great Depression, legalized gambling. This decision was a game changer, setting the stage for Las Vegas to evolve into something entirely new. The legalization of gambling was not just a financial move, it was a cultural shift that would redefine the town's identity. This single act opened the floodgates, attracting entrepreneurs and opportunists, some legitimate, some less so. These individuals saw potential where others saw desolation. They were drawn by the promise of profit and the allure of a place where the rules were still being written. Among these early visionaries were those who would lay the foundations for the casinos and entertainment venues that would come to define Las Vegas. Among them were figures from organized crime who saw in Las Vegas a chance to build their own empire of vice. These mobsters brought with them a level of organization and ruthlessness that would shape the city's development. They were not just looking to make a quick buck. They were in it for the long haul, aiming to create a haven for gambling, drinking and other illicit activities. The town's remote location, far from the scrutiny of East Coast authorities, added to its allure. This isolation provided a sense of freedom and opportunity, a place where new ventures could be tried without immediate interference. The vast desert surrounding Las Vegas acted as a natural barrier, keeping prying eyes at bay and allowing the town to develop its unique character. Little did anyone know that this seemingly insignificant desert town was about to become the gambling capital of the world. The transformation was gradual but relentless, driven by a combination of ambition, innovation, and a willingness to take risks. The early visionaries of Las Vegas were not just building a town, they were creating a legend. The early casinos were rudimentary affairs, often little more than tents or hastily constructed wooden structures. These makeshift establishments were a far cry from the opulent resorts that would later define the Strip. Yet they served their purpose, providing a place for people to gamble and dream of hitting it big. These early casinos were the first step in a journey that would see Las Vegas become synonymous with luxury and excess. But they drew in gamblers eager to try their luck, and the money began to flow. The influx of cash provided the means to build more permanent structures and attract even more visitors. The success of these early ventures proved that there was a market for gambling in Las Vegas, encouraging further investment and development. As word spread of the easy money to be made in Las Vegas, more and more ambitious characters were drawn to its bright lights, or rather the promise of them, as the town was still far from glamorous. These new arrivals brought with them dreams of fortune and a willingness to take risks. They were the pioneers of a new kind of frontier, one where the stakes were high and the rewards could be immense. Among these pioneers of vice were men like Meyer Lansky, a brilliant and ruthless mob strategist who saw the potential to create a new kind of empire. Lansky's vision was not just about making money, it was about creating a system that could sustain itself and grow, a place where the rules of the old world did not apply. And Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, a charismatic but volatile gangster eager to leave his mark. Siegel's ambition and flair for the dramatic made him a key figure in the early days of Las Vegas. He was not content with small-time operations. He dreamed of creating a world-class destination that would attract visitors from all over the globe. These men and others like them would shape Las Vegas in their image, transforming it from a dusty backwater into a glittering monument to excess. Their influence can still be seen today in the city's architecture, culture, and reputation. Las Vegas is a testament to their vision, a place where dreams can come true and fortunes can be made or lost in the blink of an eye. Meyer Lansky, a financial genius within the underworld, recognized the potential of Las Vegas early on. He saw beyond the dusty desert landscape and envisioned a bustling oasis of entertainment and opportunity. Lansky's keen business acumen and strategic mind allowed him to foresee the transformation of Las Vegas from a small, unremarkable town into a world-renowned hub of gambling and luxury. He envisioned a legitimate-looking facade for mob-run casinos, attracting a wider clientele and masking the illicit source of their funding. Lansky's plan was to create an environment where the average person could feel comfortable and safe, all while the mob's operations remained hidden in plain sight. This duality of appearance and reality was key to the success of his vision. Lansky understood that to truly thrive, Las Vegas needed to be more than just a den of iniquity. It needed an air of respectability. He knew that the city's future depended on its ability to attract not just gamblers, but families, tourists, and business people. By promoting a clean, glamorous image, Lansky aimed to make Las Vegas a destination for everyone, not just those seeking vice. He encouraged his associates to invest in lavish hotels and entertainment, offering a complete package that would draw in tourists from across the nation. These investments included not only casinos, but also luxurious accommodations, top-notch dining, and world-class entertainment. Lansky's vision was to create a city where visitors could experience the height of luxury and excitement, ensuring they would return again and again. While Lansky provided the brains, it was Benjamin Bugsy Siegel who brought the flash and daring that would come to define Las Vegas. Siegel's charisma and boldness were instrumental in bringing Lansky's vision to life. He was not afraid to take risks and push boundaries, making him the perfect partner for Lansky's ambitious plans. Siegel, known for his short temper and love of the high life, was eager to escape the increasingly heated gang wars of the East Coast. Las Vegas offered him a chance to reinvent himself and build something new. His passion for the project was evident in every aspect of his work, from the grandiose designs of the casinos to the opulent parties he hosted. Las Vegas, with its wide-open spaces and lax law enforcement, offered him a fresh start and a chance to build his own empire. The city's remote location and the willingness of local authorities to turn a blind eye to certain activities made it an ideal place for Siegel to establish his operations. He saw the potential to create a playground for the rich and famous, a place where anything was possible. Another key figure in this early period was Guy McAfee, a former Los Angeles police captain with a flexible understanding of the law. McAfee's background in law enforcement gave him unique insights into how to navigate the legal landscape, allowing him to operate with a level of impunity that others could not. His connections and knowledge were invaluable in the early days of Las Vegas. McAfee had run illegal gambling dens in Los Angeles and saw the potential of replicating his success on a grander scale in Las Vegas. He brought with him a wealth of experience and a network of contacts that helped to establish the city's burgeoning gambling industry. McAfee's operations were sophisticated and well-organized, setting a standard for others to follow. He opened several casinos, including the Golden Nugget and the Pioneer Club, catering to both high rollers and the average Joe. These establishments became iconic landmarks in Las Vegas, known for their opulence and the high-stakes games they offered. McAfee's ability to appeal to a broad audience was key to his success, ensuring that his casinos were always bustling with activity. These early pioneers, each with their own motivations and methods, laid the foundation for the Las Vegas we know today. Their combined efforts transformed a small desert town into a glittering metropolis, a testament to their vision and determination. The legacy of Lansky, Siegel, and McAfee lives on in the neon lights and bustling casinos of modern Las Vegas, a city built on dreams and daring. While Lansky and others were content with smaller-scale operations, Siegel dreamed bigger. He wasn't satisfied with the modest returns from the existing gambling dens and speakeasies. Siegel had a vision that extended far beyond the confines of the traditional mob operations. He wanted to create something that would not only generate immense wealth, but also leave a lasting legacy. He envisioned a luxurious resort unlike anything Las Vegas had ever seen, a place where opulence and extravagance would be the norm. This wasn't just about building a hotel, it was about creating an experience, a destination that would attract the elite from all corners of the country. A palace of pleasure that would draw in the wealthy and glamorous from Hollywood and beyond. Siegel's connections in the entertainment industry meant he could attract the biggest stars, making the Flamingo a hotspot for celebrities and high rollers alike. This would, in turn, draw in the curious and the affluent, eager to rub shoulders with the famous. Thus, the idea for the Flamingo Hotel was born. It was to be a beacon of luxury in the middle of the desert, a place where dreams could come true and fortunes could be made or lost in a single night. Named after Siegel's girlfriend, Virginia Hill, whose long legs and red hair reminded him of the elegant bird, the Flamingo was more than just a business venture. It was a personal project, a testament to his love and ambition. Hill herself was a glamorous figure, adding to the allure and mystique of the hotel. The Flamingo was to be a monument to Siegel's ambition and a symbol of the mob's growing influence in Las Vegas. It represented a shift in the mob's operations, from backroom deals and underground activities to a more public and legitimate front. Construction began in 1945 on a stretch of Highway 91, a desolate strip of land that would later become the Las Vegas Strip. This location was chosen for its potential, a blank canvas on which Siegel could paint his masterpiece. A desolate strip of land that would later become the Las Vegas Strip. At the time, it was hard to imagine that this barren landscape would transform into a bustling hub of entertainment and excess. The project was plagued with problems from the start. The harsh desert environment posed numerous challenges, from extreme temperatures to supply chain issues. Every step forward seemed to be met with 2 steps back. Siegel's lavish spending and constant changes to the plans caused costs to spiral out of control. His perfectionism and desire for the best of everything meant that no expense was spared, but this also meant that the budget quickly became unmanageable. The original budget of $1.5 million ballooned to over $6 million, an astronomical sum at the time. This financial strain put immense pressure on Siegel and his backers. An astronomical sum at the time. The financial burden was not just a number on a ledger, it was a ticking time bomb that threatened to derail the entire project. To make matters worse, Siegel's volatile temper and ruthless methods alienated potential investors and drew unwanted attention from law enforcement. His aggressive tactics and refusal to compromise made him many enemies, both within and outside the mob. As construction dragged on and the money pit deepened, pressure mounted on Siegel to deliver. The delays and escalating costs were not just financial issues, they were personal failures in Siegel's eyes. He staked everything on the Flamingo, believing it would be his crowning achievement. Despite the mounting obstacles, Siegel remained determined, convinced that his vision would ultimately prevail and secure his place in history. The Flamingo Hotel finally opened its doors on December 26, 1946, with a star-studded gala designed to attract Hollywood elite. However, the grand opening was a flop. The desert heat kept many guests away, and those who did brave the journey found the hotel unfinished and poorly managed. Siegel's dream had become a logistical nightmare, and the losses mounted with each passing day. His mob backers, already unhappy with the escalating costs, grew increasingly impatient with Siegel's failures. They had invested heavily in the Flamingo, and they wanted a return on their investment. On June 20th, 1947, while reading a newspaper in Virginia Hill's Beverly Hills mansion, Siegel was shot and killed. The murder remains unsolved to this day, but many believe it was a mob hit ordered by Lansky himself. Siegel had become too much of a liability, his recklessness and extravagance threatening to bring unwanted scrutiny to their operations in Las Vegas. Siegel's murder sent shockwaves through the underworld and cast a long shadow over the Flamingo, forever linking it to the violence and intrigue of the mob. The dream he had built, a paradise fueled by vice and ambition, had come at a steep price.